So if you have somebody on your mind, let's find out what's going on with this person, their energy, thoughts, feelings, emotions, everything about you. So let's start with what are this person's current energies for you right now. Ace of Wands, Ten of Wands. See, there is a desire to start fresh. There is still a spark between the two of you, but at the same time, I see this sense of heaviness. There's a burden here. See, Ace of Wands is not a passive card. It tells me something about you, this connection or situation. It is grabbing their attention. This is where a pull, a desire to do something, say something, understand something, move something forward. Uh, See, even if they're not acting on it yet, I don't get indifference from this card. This is where I get interest, curiosity. This feelings, this connection still has their attention here. See, for some of you, this person may suddenly be thinking of possibilities about what could happen next. The spark is there, but so is the weight, like I said. Ten of Wands. See, Ten of Wands is where you see them heavy baskets of watermelon, they have to go uphill. So that's what's happening here. See, this person could be under a lot of pressure, stress, responsibilities, expectations, emotional baggage. Something feels heavy. So while part of them wants movement, another part of them feels overwhelmed by everything else around them. This is of, this energy is of somebody who is saying, I want to deal with this, but I already have so much on my plate. How do I deal with this? So it's like an interesting contradiction, because Ace of Wands wants to start and Ten of Wands says, I'm exhausted. Card number 1, which is the beginning, and card number 10, which is ending, but also a beginning. So it's like a loop that I see here. So overall, I don't see somebody disconnected from you. I see someone whose attention is being pulled towards this connection, but whose life, mind, or emotions may already be quite full. The desire for movement is there. The capacity for movement is the question. You see, sometimes the heart says, let's do it, let's, go ahead, while the rest of life says, can we survive this week first? Let's see what exactly is grabbing their attention about you right now. Five of Wands, overall energy, Six of Cups. There are a lot of memories, and those memories, yes, they are good ones as well, but a lot of conflict, a lot of arguments, a lot of things that have been said back and forth. See, I don't think the attention is on how easy this connection is. This is where the fact that they can't quite settle their thoughts about you. There's mental friction, internal conflict, competing thoughts, competing emotions. So this person, when they think about you, it feels like a part of them says one thing, then another part says another thing. And they're very completely contradicting statements. See, you challenge them. You challenge their perspective, you challenge their comfort zone, you challenge the story they have been telling themselves. They are possibly justifying their actions constantly, and you are challenging those. And this person possibly has this pattern of avoiding things, running away when things get difficult. And the fact that you're challenging them, possibly that's your purpose in their life. They need to realize that if they want a high value person, that person will come with certain expectations, certain standards, certain boundaries, and they are not prepared for that, is what I get here. See, they do want somebody who has high standards and everything, but when it comes to matching up to those standards, that's where they're lacking here. And Six of Cups is where this person is spending a lot of time in possibility land. What if this happened? What if I had done this differently? What if we talk? What if we discuss this? What if there was another chance? Can we still change something? I see imagination. I see possibilities here. See, you are taking up more space in their mind than you possibly planned for. So it's not one single thing that's grabbing their attention about you. This is the fact that this connection still creates questions inside them. it still creates reactions, possibilities, and more they try to figure out what exactly it is, the more complicated it becomes for them. Let's ask, what are their feelings for you currently? What are my viewers' person's feelings for my viewers currently? Three of Cups, overall energy tower. I don't know what has happened between the two of you. There is some sort of shakeup that I see with Tower. See, Three of Cups is where this person connects with their feelings about you. The first thing is emotional warmth. This is, I don't see somebody feeling cold, somebody feeling disconnected. This is where they want to celebrate with you. They want to celebrate life with you. The friendship that you both share, the warmth that you both share, they genuinely enjoy your energy. There's affection, comfort, feeling of familiarity. For many of you, I feel this person associates you with good moments, good conversations, good decisions, good memories, feeling at emotional ease, like they can be themselves with you, around you. They're not trying to feel this, they just do this. When your energy enters their thoughts, something softens, something changes, something makes them feel happy, is what I see. um, the tower here is interesting because the cups are very gentle and tower isn't. This is where um, these feelings may be affecting them more than they expected. Like I said, there could have been a shakeup as well between the two of you. um, it's almost like they started by thinking it's fine, and then the next thought was actually maybe it's not fine. See, the tower is like a realization card, a wake up call, a card where something becomes impossible to ignore. And with this Three of Cups here, I get the feeling that this person may be realizing how important this connection has been in their life. Um, so the feelings that are surfacing here are warmth, affection, comfort, even missing the connection. But underneath those feelings is something much bigger that's happening here, a shift, a realization, a moment where they can no longer look at this connection the way it used to be. And right after Five of Wands, the Tower energy, this is where this person kept avoiding, making decisions, or kept justifying their actions, kept contradicting themselves as well, I guess. But this Tower is something that they cannot see. Okay, we have King of Swords underneath. So this person compartmentalizes everything. So they are constantly trying to, avoid that tower, that realization, but it's going to come eventually, is what I see here. They can justify everything. They can try to logically evade this for now, but they can't evade it forever. See, sometimes we don't realize how much someone means to us unless our feelings start changing the way we see everything else. you know let's see, uh, what truth about this connection can they no longer ignore? What is this realization that's happening? Seven of Cups, overall energy, Princess of Cups. They can't ignore their emotions anymore. See, this person could have been keeping things ambiguous. They could be keeping things confused, not giving you clarity. Uh, See, Seven of Cups is about possibility. They can no longer pretend that this connection only had one path. So they can pretend it to the world, but internally they cannot pretend that anymore. This is, they tell themselves like a neat little story here about what it was, what it wasn't, and why things happened the way they did. Again, justification of their point of view. But Seven of Cups says life is no longer allowing them to do that, because now they're seeing all the possibilities of what could have been, what still could be, choices they didn't make, choices they made, conversations that never happened. And honestly, that's what I think is haunting them a little bit here. Not certainty, the possibility. Sometimes closure comes from knowing exactly what happened. And sometimes the hardest thing to live with it is not knowing what might have happened if things would have gone differently. And Princess of Cups, now this changes everything. This is not logic like the King of Swords and everything we saw. She lives in emotions, vulnerability, curiosity. This person is realizing they've been trying to understand this connection with their head, not with their heart. But also, Page of Cups is a dreamy energy. So this person is again in that dreamy zone rather than action zone, is what I feel. See, the emotions they're brushing aside, minimizing, or rationalizing, they are becoming harder to dismiss for this person now. Um, so the truth that can no longer be ignored is, mm, the connection still holds possibilities. It holds their heart, in their mind and emotions, and they can no longer convince themselves that it means nothing. The Tower showed us realization, and the Seven of Cups shows us this, what this realization is. There's there's still unanswered questions here, unexplored possibilities, and emotionally, they haven't reached the end of the story yet, is what I see here. Let's see what is the next action you can expect from this person. The World, overall energy is Two of Pentacles. They're going back and forth in their head. Yes, but then at the same time, it's like, they're still kind of displaying something here with this card. See, World is about completion, it's reaching a conclusion. It's a card of finally understanding something from beginning to the end. For some of you, see, the first thing I want to say is that I don't see impulsive energy here. I don't see somebody waking up tomorrow morning and suddenly sending, 10 paragraphs to you. What I see is somebody trying to get clarity before they act. Um, for many of you, their next action is actually a decision about what role this connection is going to play in their life, a decision about whether they're going to leave this chapter behind or step into it more consciously, because world doesn't like unfinished business. It likes resolution. And we had cards like, Ace of Wands and Three of Cups, Towers, things like those. This doesn't feel like someone reaching an ending. This is like someone reaching an understanding. There is hesitation, of course, like, going back and forth. Like I said, one day they feel one thing, and the next day they look at the practical side. Emotions come back, logic comes back, so they are dealing with that. So I don't think this person is fully settled yet. I think they're still trying to figure out what choice makes more sense right now. Next action, not necessarily communication yet. It's not necessarily a grand gesture yet. Action is reaching a point of internal clarity. It's reaching a conclusion. See, the next chapter usually begins when somebody stops debating their options and starts trusting their answer. Um, let's see what chapter is unfolding between the two of you next. What chapter is unfolding? Queen of Swords, Two of Pentacles again. Here I see one of you, whoever is hurt here, that person they come into this Queen of Swords energy. They see things clearly, no fantasy, no wishful thinking, no avoiding difficult conversations. So the next chapter feels like chapter of truth. Like both of you are reaching a point where emotions alone are no longer enough here. The question becomes, where is this going? What are we actually doing there? And make a decision. I feel like a decision energy is very close here. Uh, and then Two of Pentacles, since it's repeating, see that decision is still hanging in the air. There is hesitation, possibly from one side. But one side I feel is very clear. Somebody is trying to balance head and heart, practicality and emotion, fear and desire, possibly. But the Two of Pentacles is flexible. Queen of Swords is not. She is very sharp. She knows what she wants and what she will not tolerate. So, Two of Pentacle could be saying, I'm still thinking about it. So, one of you could be saying, I'm still thinking about it. But the other one is saying, well, we need an answer. And I'm not going to tolerate this nonsense. See, the next chapter, not necessarily a love story, not necessarily a breakup, not necessarily a reconciliation. I know this is not the answer you wanted, but that's what I see here. Next chapter is clarity in your mind, and maybe in this person's mind as well. A chapter where somebody has to decide what they're actually do with all these feelings, possibilities, realizations. See, sometimes the most romantic thing is not what I can do, the possibilities, the confessions, it's clarity. Because that puts the other person at ease. Their nervous system can relax, it can feel safe. That is possibly the most romantic thing sometimes. Let's see what is the guidance for you right now about this connection? What is the guidance for my viewers right now about this connection? Wheel of Fortune, overall energy, Seven of Pentacles. See, this connection is not insignificant. This connection does have meaning here. It's like these cards are, asking you to zoom out of this whole situation for a moment. This connection is significant. There's no doubt about it. Um, but you need to zoom out, because when we are emotionally invested in someone, it's very easy to focus on what's happening today, what they're doing today, what they're feeling today. But the Wheel of Fortune reminds me that this connection is a part of a bigger journey here for you. There are things shifting behind the scenes that you may not be able to see right now. The cards are not telling you that everything is decided, written in stone here. What they're saying is that story is still moving, the situation is not stuck. Seven of Pentacles is asking you to be careful about constantly checking the results. See, if it feels like some of you are invested a lot emotionally into a connection. You've given your time, your energy, your thoughts, your hopes. Now you're looking at the situation and wondering, was any of this worth it? Did I do the right thing investing in this person? Because they have only created conflict, they have only given you mixed signals here. But this is saying that not every investment shows you immediate results. Sometimes there's a period where nothing seems to be happening, but important growth is taking place beneath the surface here. See, stop measuring the connection by today's circumstances alone. Stop assuming that because you don't have all the answers today, there won't be answers tomorrow. See, think of the biggest message here. Don't become so focused where this connection is going that you forget where you're going. Keep growing, keep moving, keep investing in yourself, because if this connection is meant to become something more, it'll meet you on your path. You don't have to stop yourself for this person, this connection to meet you where you are. You have high standards, keep them high. Don't settle for somebody who wants somebody with high standards but cannot reach up to that standards, because that is only a loss for you. Don't do that to yourself. The strongest position you can stand in it, not knowing exactly what's coming next, and still trusting yourself enough to keep moving forward. So keep moving forward. Thank you for watching.